you were let go quite quietly from WWE and after having a few injuries. But that wouldn't be the bookend of your career because, 24/7 title win aside, you had your official retirement match in October 2017, a House of Hardcore show with the wonderful Lisa Marie Varon, who has been one of my favorite guests so far, and one of the biggest supporters of this show. Like, what prompted your return to the ring? Why was Lisa the right person? And what was it like to finally kind of close the chapter on your own terms?
Yeah, it was about almost 10 years after I was let go from WWE. I was driving down Ventura Boulevard and Tommy Dreamer calls me. And we had been close friends, but we'll text here and there. He never calls me. And so I was like, oh no, like, I'm worried. Like, why are you calling me? And I answered the phone. I was like, are you okay? He's like, yeah, I'm okay. And I was like, oh, what's going on? Like, kind of worried. And he's like, I've really been thinking about it. And I think that you deserve a farewell match and have a final retire match with House of Hardcore. And we'll do it in your hometown of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I was like, wow. And he said to me, he's like, fans deserve that. And I guess I never thought of it from that perspective. I was so consumed with my own journey of it that at that point I thought, oh, like, fans move on, right? They move on to the next superstar that's there and they don't even think twice about it. And I was wrong about that. And so he gave me this opportunity and he said, we'll make it simple. If you want to do like a mixed tag match, we'll bring in some of our friends and make it fun so I don't have to do a lot of moves because I hadn't been in the ring in a decade. And I just knew that I needed to do a singles match and I had no idea how I was going to do that. And so I said, you know what, Tommy, I need to do a singles match. Let's see if Lisa will be my opponent. Lisa has been by far the most kind and generous and biggest leader in that ring. She is the most underrated female superstar of this day. I cannot believe she's not in the Hall of Fame yet because she has worked so hard to put so many women over and teach them and be full of fun and life. And she appreciates the fans. I mean, the whole part of wrestling, like, she gets it. And I was like, I would like to do this with her. She'll do it with me. And I remember calling up my friend Rikishi because he had a ring near me in a wrestling school. And I said, hey, brother, this lady's going to get back in the ring. Can you help me out? And he's like, yep, come on down. And I went down. And that was actually my first experience of like a wrestling school. And he said, well, where do you want to start? I said, from the beginning, as if I know nothing, because I was never trained even really how to take the bump properly.
Wow.
It's just kind of learning. And he did. He started from the beginning, the way he does with his students. And I walked out of there crying because my neck hurt so bad. I was like, what am I doing? But I continued to show up. And what I love about Rikishi is not only is he brilliant with helping me physically in the ring, but the wisdom that he had and the things that he taught me and the stories he shared, I have so much love and respect for him. And I remember him sharing one thing. So I wanted to go, even though this wasn't technically my finisher, in my eyes, the flying crossbody was my finisher. It was just the move that was my best. I should have made it my finisher. I don't know why I didn't, because I thought I needed something fancier. And so I said, I want to do that, but that's also the move that ended my career. So when I was practicing and climbing to that top rope, that trauma was reappearing like it was yesterday. Wow. And my legs were shaking. And I was like, what's wrong with this ring? And he's like, it's your legs. And I was like, this ring is not okay. He's like, no, you got to calm down. And I was like, what do I do? Do I do this top rope move that ended my career and relive this trauma and try to heal from it by landing this? And he said, listen, he said, when you get to that ring, you check the ropes, you check the ring, and you see if you go to the second turnbuckle or you go to the third. I was like, oh, that's a thing? Like, I was never taught that. And I got to that ring and the ring was set up beautifully. But those ropes were so loose. Like, it was wild. And just that education that he gave me, I knew, even though I wanted to go to the top rope, like I wanted to make it this big move, I knew it wasn't safe for me. It wasn't safe for Lisa to go there. So we went to the second rope and we finished it off there. But all that wisdom that Rikishi gave to me, and he sat there with me and helped me out and helped me get back into my groove so that I could do that final match. I'm just so grateful and have so much respect for him.
Well, I think that's a real perfect bookend to your career, isn't it, as well? Because you're using the education and what you've learned as a performer to make a really good decision as your final move.
Totally. Well, and it kind of came full circle. It's like I got to experience, a little bit of that indie life and a little bit of the wrestling school. Not full on like a lot of people did, but it was really cool to just kind of come full circle and be a part of all that and say, hey, let's go back to square one. Like, what do you do for square one?